Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone had a good first day watching the Australian Open. Had to be better than my day, considering I took a first round loss in the Survivor League. Looks like maybe 10 of us are out. Korda lost. Zvida lost. Shout out Ben Clapper and I just taking a tough L. I don't know how we thought Zvida was the biggest lock of the day. Nothing against Zachary Zvida, great guy, but you are not quite the same level as Tiafoe and Zverev and some of those other guys that were for sure going to win. What were we thinking? Korda going down to Zhang is huge, though. That was quite the surprise. D. Cleary losing with Block X. That's a Zvida type of pick, but I thought it was going to win. I mean, come on. So a lot of us went down day one. Tough day. Don't even live to see the Australian Monday. But that's what happens. That's how it goes. Zachary had what's probably going to be the shot of the year. I don't see anything beating it, and it was on day one. I think she might have even been a 7 o'clock match. I think it literally might have been the first match of the year. Not of the year, of the tournament, of the Australian Open, pretty much of the year. They serve whoever it was, she serves wide on the deuce side. Zachary just goes like straight squash shot around the net. Slices in, obviously. That's what made it so great for a winner. Total reach and extension, just comes around it like a little sideways overhead, a squash shot for everyone that knows what that is. And it goes around the net for a winner. You see like Fed hitting the one against Kyrgios where it went around the net, but he got pulled all the way around the net and then just kind of like hit it. You see Rafa's, lefty, like banana around the net and in. That's obviously probably the best around the net shot. But this was literally like just unbelievable. Can't even quite explain it. She was able to go squash shot around the net, spun it in. It wasn't like she just had the angle. She had to like kind of find it a little bit. Just straight talent from Maria there. So, shot of the tournament came on match one. Congrats to Maria. She did get the win also. So, getting the win and then hitting the best shot of your life is probably a pretty good day. So, I would imagine she had a better day than us 10 first-round losers in the Survivor League. Before we go any farther in this episode, I need to give another shout-out to Pro Stringer. Pro Stringer always getting us right. Probably one of the worst stringers in the game, but it's still a stringing machine. It strings your rackets. If you can tie the knots, it gets them done. Very easy to travel with. See, I was able to just pick it up and lift it over here like it was nothing. It's not going to take up too much room in your bag. It's only like a couple pounds, but tension may not be right, but it'll get strung. Also, shout out to the Wright Brothers for this hat. This is a limited edition 1924 Bombers hat, straight that they flew with in one of their first planes. So shout out to the Wright Brothers for hooking this up. They're just over in Ohio, so they used to be real good, friends of the family. Maybe we can get their relatives on the podcast one day. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have any idea. I know the Wright Brothers are, but I don't know them. What's real? What do we have to do here? We talked about the Sakari shot. We're keeping it simple today. I woke up down bad from losing the Survivor thing already, so down bad. But other things that happened yesterday. That we were watching a little bit was Haley Baptiste and Taylor Townsend. Haley Baptiste was supposed to play lefty Vondrasova, but Vondrasova defaulted. She played Taylor Townsend. We were saying how we wanted Taylor Townsend to hopefully get lucky loser, which she did. So congrats to Townsend. We were happy to see that. Unfortunately, it just came against another girl we're a fan of on this pod, Haley Baptiste, out of Maryland, out of the Baltimore area, out of the D.C. area, moved to Miami, lost a practice set to Stephen Christie. No, I'm just playing. Her serve is literally like the best serve motion you could kind of ever think of, in my opinion. She's got like the knee bend of Roger. She's got the take back of like a mix of Roger and Sinner. She's got like it's going down like Sin, but it's like kind of out there like Raj. Got the knee bend of Roger. She's had it since she was young too. I mean, when I played her at USTA when she was probably 15, I was mesmerized. I wanted her serve. And she still has the same serve. I think that's something she's never going to change, rightfully so. She absolutely hits nukes, not talking about the John Newcomb Tennis Ranch, but she hits nukes. Huge forehand, got the kick serve, like sick hands. She doesn't really play like your typical girl. Hits like pretty heavy, got the good backy, not afraid to slice. Like I was saying, she's got the kick serve, like real nice with that knee bend she's got, and she's just pretty like pretty fluid. She wears the headband, like like maybe a little basketball headband. She looks sick out there. Anyway, so she was playing Townsend. Townsend, number one doubles player in the world. She's trying to get to the net. She's trying to take time away. She's trying to play a high loopy, right? Kind of give Baptiste some looks that she's not going to see too much, because if they just play straight up singles, that's probably going to favor Haley. So Haley won the first set. I want to say maybe like 6-4 or something. I'm making up scores a little bit here, but I think it was 6-4. Then I think she loses the second set 6-7 and then wins 6-3. Beats Townsend in the third. Townsend, it was kind of a mix of styles. Townsend's a big, energetic, come on, ripper, and what's her name? Haley is like, the coolest cat on earth, right? She's just hitting her serve, moving to the other side, like she, and maybe Townsend is kind of, I know Baptiste idolizes Tiafo and all that, but maybe Townsend's a little bit of a role model to her, or kind of her veteran, and so she didn't want to, be disrespectful or be over the top, but also that's just not her game. She's pretty stoic out there. Hits insane shots and then just kind of, walks it off like Tony Tancredi. Like, yeah, sick shot, I know. But who else is pretty stoic out there is Sebastian Korda. Maybe a little too stoic at times, but as the match went on against two-time NCAA champ Michael Zhang, you could see that Korda started to show a little more firepower. I don't know if he was trying to kind of like a little nab at Zhang, and say, all right, I'm the veteran here, I'm the more experienced player, I'm going to make you feel this is my court, or if like genuinely that's how he was feeling, like he needed to get pumped up, and maybe he actually was pumped up. Vasil Kirkov in the corner, that was tough. Once I was honestly kind of hoping Zhang could get the upset done. Two-time NCAA champ. I think he might have some Indianapolis connections with being David Liu's cousin. Still need to confirm that. David Liu, if you know that, confirm it with us. But honestly, I was rooting for Zhang to get it done. But once I saw Kirkov in the corner and he was getting fired up, I thought, man, this is tough. I can't go against Vasil. But Korda, at the end of the day, was just in an absolute heater of a battle with Michael Zhang. Michael Zhang was really the first time I'd ever watched him play. I'm not going to lie. Pretty sad statement considering he's like top couple hundred and won 2 NCAA tournaments. But he wasn't at any of the challengers I was at. Sorry, that was terrible. A lot of these guys, including like Martin Dam, you're going to realize I want to see do really well. They're actually some of my favorite players. I've gotten to be around them a little bit, so obviously if there's a connection, I would rather them win than like Van de Zand Sculp or Talon Greeks or no offense, but like anyone who didn't go to Texas A&M. Like, get all the Aggies out of here. Vachereau, Harrison Adams, sorry brother, Shane Vincent, Kevin Lamb, Henry Gordon. Let's just get these Aggies out of here, right? Anyways, so yeah, Zhang haven't seen play a bunch. He's got a real heavy forehand, sick forehand. Honestly, he's kind of got the Cobra going, real loose, laggy, heavy too, heavy. His time is getting tons of net clearance. You'd see Korda's hitting like a pretty through ball. All of a sudden, Zhang's ball is going up and dipping in the corner and stuff. It was crazy to actually be able to see it live. Would love to see maybe like some numbers on his revolutions compared to like some other guys, maybe like a Casper Ruud. Obviously, it's not going like as high and loopy, but I mean, it is moving. The ball's moving. Pretty impressive, honestly. I think he's got a real nice backhand too. He doesn't have many holes. He's got a nice serve. It kind of reminds me of like Tommy Paul's. It kind of reminds me of Tommy Paul's, honestly. He's platform. He's got like I don't know, can't really explain it, but it reminds me a bit of Tommy Paul. It's a good serve, especially the slice serve on the deuce side, which Tommy also hits well. He goes platform, he hits the kick well. But honestly, his forehand being better than Korda's was kind of the difference in the match. There was a lot of times Korda was missing forehand returns. Korda kind of pulls off of his forehands at times. To my opinion, Korda's forehand is kind of the opposite of a weapon. Zhang's forehand is a weapon. Korda's forehand is like a self-explosive device. Like it hurts him more than it hurts his opponent. Respect to Sebastian Korda. He's got one of the cleanest games on tour, one of the smoothest games on tour. His stroke quality is unreal. Even PA probably like drools to it. I did last night. But it's just a joke how pretty he looks when he plays. There's just really nothing that's like unbelievable. Like everything's really good, but like there's no weapon. And in today's tennis, if you don't have a weapon, it's just so tough. You're pretty much hoping for the other guy to just have a bad day, which honestly is just not very fun. Like it's just not very fun to just hope to win. Like come on, put the racket in your own hands and you'll win this match, brother. But anyways, so I don't know where I'm going with this, but Michael Zhang takes down Sebastian Korda. He was up 2 sets. Korda comes back, takes it to a 5th set. Everyone's thinking, all right, now for sure Korda wins this. As I said, the experienced player. He'd won 2 sets in a row. It was kind of funny. Sam Querrey on ESPN was changing his mind every changeover, I think it was. In the Zhang Korda 4th set on who was going to win, because it was that neck and neck. Like someone would get a little advantage from the other one, like I said, when it went to a 5th, you would have thought that Korda would pull it out, considering he was more experienced, been in that position a lot more times, played more best of 5s. One of Zhang's first best of 5 matches. I mean, he's won NCAA, so he should have played U.S. Open, but it's still one of his first best of 5 matches. Comes back in the 5th. Wins by a double break, 6-3, never went down a break. Pretty smooth sailing. Unreal for him, unreal for Columbia University to have a player in the second round. It's got to be their best result of all time, I would say, like for a current player in a Grand Slam. Honestly, maybe even if he was graduated, he's probably going to be the best alumni they've ever had. I don't know anyone else from Columbia who's been good. Moving on. Zachary Zvajda, we're just going to leave it at that. We already talked about you. I picked you to be my lock of the day against Hanfman. Hanfman, the old USC Trojan. Zvajda is a real good guy, dealt with some things. His dad was sick towards the end of last year, and I believe he passed. Not towards the end of last year. He'd been sick for years. I believe he passed, so it's always difficult times. But, I mean, the guy's so talented, real good hands, takes the ball early, redirects. Just real solid, like definition of solid in today's game. Tough to hurt him, but unfortunately Yannick Hanfman with one of the highest bouncing serves was able to hurt him. Got him in 4 sets. Hanfman was up a break in the first. Zvajda broke back at like 3-all. Was up 5-4, 30-all. Returning though, wasn't able to capitalize that game. Got broken the next game. Classic tennis, as I call it. It happens more often than anything of all time. And so he beat him in 4. Norrie wins in 5. I'm not just going to read scores. I'm not a freaking ESPN ticker. But Alcaraz won in straight. Some of the outfits this year I'd say are pretty sick. I think they've done a pretty good job. I don't want to get too much into it because We actually have another analyst who's going to be popping on the podcast sometime next week. We got our fashion specialist. We got our tennis fashion specialist who's going to be popping on the pod, popping on the show, popping up in the morning, kind of giving us what he's seeing out there with some of the kits at this year's AO. Shout out to my guy Roger, the GOAT. Thanks for joining us today on this episode. I hope Marta Kostyuk can be okay. She turned her ankle quite bad. Might know some people who can help you care for it if you need some help. But I hope she's okay. She turned her ankle bad. Lost to Elsa Jacquemot in 3 sets. It's always good. Jacquemot's kind of a crazy player. Kind of a crazy game, unorthodox. I like the unorthodox players. Carol Young-Soo Lee, I'm still trying to get you on the pod. Come on. But anyways, yeah, Jacquemot beat Kostyuk in 3. Quite the upset. It went to 7-6 in the third. Kostyuk kind of twisted her ankle or stubbed her foot or whatever they wanted to call it at 5-6. Was able to win that game. Then in the breaker goes down 1-5. Misses like a super sitter forehand volley, changed her mind, tried to go behind her at last second, missing the net. She had like a backhand like sliding into it, like the other girl hit a drop shot or like a little angle volley, and she gets the ball like literally like above her waist. Come on, I mean at that level, it's a shot you got to make. It's a shot I would have to make, and misses that wide. Next point, double fault, switching sides at 1-5, and then I think when she switches back, it's 6-all. Think so. I think when she switches back, it's 6-all or it gets to 7-all. She gets back in that match and thinks, oh my God, even with her ankle, she's going to come back and win this. Because those misses, you're giving her a little break because of her ankle. She shouldn't miss all 3 of them, but she's got other thoughts going on. But then Jacquemot, 10-7 in the final. 10-7 in the final. I'm not going to highlight every match. I'm not going to go through every match. I just got one more match that I want to talk about from yesterday, and then I'm going to run down some matches to look for tonight. Not going to get too deep into it, but one more match that we got to roll with, and that is that's Big 14. What the going on? So shout out Trippy Red for that. That's what we call Big Foe around here. He's Big 14. Yeah, he got the win. He is too good for Kubler. Let's just put it at that. No, I'm just playing Kubler's pretty sick, but Tiafoe's out there in that new Lululemon. They have good points. Kubler doesn't really do anything better than Tiafoe. But they had some real nice baseline points. I mean, in the first set tiebreaker, there was some mini breaks going back and forth. It wasn't just big serve, big serve, big serve, big serve, big serve. So more enjoyable tennis to watch. They're trading cross-court forehands, changing direction, going slice. Kubler, he's Aussie. He's getting to the net. They're trading big forehands. Kubler's got more the Fed style forehand. Tiafoe's got more I think it's his own style forehand. You can't compare it to anyone unless you're going Ernest Gulbis. But yeah, I mean, it's just, it's just another day for Big 14. I'm going to find an easier way to do this. We're going to get Big 14 ingrained in this pod, and he's going all the way, and we're going to get Trippy Red on here too. But that's all I got for yesterday's tennis. I'm sure I could have more if I wanted to, but I don't want to. It's Sunday. So just a quick word from our sponsors. Quick commercial break. Only Daisy's Cottage Cheese can do. Only Daisy's Cottage Cheese can do. Only Daisy's Cottage Cheese. All right, shout out our commercial break for that. Daisy's Cottage Cheese and Sour Cream. Big part of this podcast, them and Denise. But so we're going to look at tonight's matches. We're just going to run them down. We're not breaking them down. We're running them down. Starting with the women. We got I'm basically just about to go every match. I think the first round matches are sick. I mean, Like Aura Tennis was saying yesterday, who's gonna clown me for losing first day of the Survivor Pod. But like he was saying, these first round matches are sick, and same with the women. Like I'm just gonna go through them. Arango and Kessler. Arango wears a backwards hat. Like he doesn't get much sicker than that. Kessler American. Navarro Lynette. Lynette capable of beating anyone. Like she's done well in the Aussie, made runs. Navarro got into the semis of Wimbledon, semis U.S. Open. Top 5 favorite female on tour for me. Then we got Kenin and Stearns. Kenin won the Aussie. Stearns won NCAAs. Both American. We got Coco Gauff and Rakimova. Coco Gauff versus her forehand is a good enough match, but Coco Gauff versus Rakimova, someone who can hit to that forehand, now it even turns to a more interesting match. Of course, we're pulling for Coco there. I'm just saying you just don't really ever know what's going to come from that side. Alicia Parks and Alex Ayala. I take that back. I don't find that interesting. I think Ayala wins pretty easily. Parks, though, she's American, so like to see her do well, obviously. But Ayala grew up playing American tournaments too, even though she reps the Philippines. So that'll be a fun one. Dalma Golfi and Clara Towson. Clara Towson is very good, but Dalma Golfi is another one of my favorite girls to watch. I mean, she grew up as a really good junior around my age, so I'd always heard of her. Saw her at Ilkley Challenger when I was in England a couple years ago, so that was fun. But moving on, I think she and Claire Towson will be a good match. Towson probably wins, but watch out for watch out for Golfi. Sorry, so many people. But then Pegula plays next. That's what I mean. These first round matches are under. We got Pegula. We got Priscilla Hahn playing Stakusic. If you want to watch a sick game, like real smooth, sick droppers, big serve, like nasty forehand, like come on, Priscilla Hahn's your girl. We got Muhova and Christian. I think she used to walk out on court like as a vampire or something. Like during that Halloween tournament. Someone please confirm that. I need a picture of Christian walking out as like Dracula, but she plays Muhova, my favorite. Anisimovan's on tonight. American matchup between Jovic and Volley Nets. I mean, come on, dude, this is just unbelievable. I'm not even gonna lie. Mira Andreeva tonight too. Tom Jlanovic, last person to beat Serena. Star Dub Seva. Like, you ever heard of Starboy? You guys know Bukayo Saka? Arsenal struggled yesterday, so we're going to get our analyst on. But Star Dub Seva's on there also. In terms of the guys kind of starting at 3:30 in the morning, Djokovic is playing. Ruud is playing. Kind of working our way backwards until 7 p.m. We're starting with the late matches there because I finished with the late matches for the girls, so we're working backwards. Damon Bashiro, the big matches tonight, Aura Tennis. Yeah, I know you're ready for that one. That's a big one. He's staying up for that, that's for sure. We got Berrettini pulled out, dude. No way. I actually had Berrettini beating De Minaur first round. I thought Tini on these fast courts just come out and serve big. I'm a big fan of the big servers on these fast courts, man. I've seen it. I've been waiting for it. I've seen it be done. We got Tommy Paul and Kovacevic, one of my favorite first-round matches. Two very clean players. Tommy Paul, one of the loosest players. Kova's keeping the one-hander alive. And probably one of the best-looking one-hies. Him and Musetti definitely have probably the two most aesthetically pleasing one-handers and just games with one-handers. We got Lerner Tien playing Giron, two Americans. Lerner Tien, he's kind of like one of the up and coming. I would say he's next up, but I don't want to really put that on him because like a label coming from Spulture Show would just mean so much, right? You probably want to never get over it. But yeah, that's a good match. I expect Lerner to get through it pretty easily, but it's two Americans going against each other, so you gotta highlight it. Lerner, just solid. I mean, he's not just solid. He's just solid, but he's starting to get more on the forehand. He's using the ultra, not the blade now. He's got a little more on the forehand. He's got a little more on the serve, not just slicing wide, right? So, yeah, I mean, I expect him to take that. They've probably practiced a lot together. They're both SoCal guys, but, yeah, it should be that. Okay, moving on. No more tennis. I'm checked out. I need a couple hours before I look back into the Survivor League. So, what's happening in Bloomington, I've discussed once. I'm going to discuss this again, and I might discuss it every time until something's done about it. Darian DeVries has coached there half a year. When he got hired, I tried to say, like, I don't like it, but maybe he's going to do good, right? There's been other hires I haven't liked that turned out to be good. There's hires I've liked that have turned out to be shit. You know, I don't have an algorithm. I don't know. I'm just going off my opinion and what I've seen and what I think. And so Darian DeVries, so I mean, he was good at Drake. He was at West Virginia for 1 year. We just don't really know. I mean, to come to a school like Indiana University, to a program that has the only undefeated team, the last undefeated team, other than like John Wooden's Bruins, I think they are the only undefeated team. I think they have the second most banners other than John Wooden's Bruins. John Wooden from Indiana too, though. I mean, the history runs too deep to have Darian DeVries as our head coach, in my opinion. That's where I was getting with this. I given him half a season. The team is actually worse than Mike Woodson's team. And I say actually because I really liked Mike Woodson's teams, but by the end they played archaic basketball. And DeVries might play futuristic basketball, but it's shit. I mean, those guys go on 0-20 runs just like it's nothing. They're going to be second to last in the Big Ten. Cignetti has showed what it's capable of doing at Indiana, and we're settling for freaking whatever, DeVries. Sorry, brother. And I'm not even a fan. I'm not even an Indiana fan. I like Texas football. But Cignetti is like, he's motivating me. Like I motivated Arlo. But anyways, I think it's time to kidnap Brad Stevens. That's where I was going with all this. It's time. It's officially time. We've tried Woodson. We've tried this random Darian DeVries, a different hire. Just kidnap Brad Stevens. Take him from Boston. Lock him up in Bloomington and don't let him out till they win a national championship. Like, it's time. We've had enough. Archie Miller was unbelievably bad. Like, unbelievably bad. Worse than both of these guys. Woodson was then bad, and DeVries is worse than Woodson. Yeah, the big three, brother. But, I mean, they make Tom Crean look great. Tom Crean was great compared to these guys. It's a bummer to see the position they're in. I like to see IU basketball do well, especially if like the basketball and the football team could be good at the same time. That'd be something that's never really been done in IU, other than maybe like 86. I don't know how the basketball team was when they won the Rose Bowl. But, you know, that's just life. Sometimes you make the right decisions. Sometimes you make the wrong ones. And, you know, I picked Zachary Zvida as my biggest lock on day one. That's a bad decision. No offense to you. I think he would say, why? Like, why? You have to win 16 matches. You only have to pick 16 players. Like, why would you think he would be one of them? He's ranked like 100 in the world. Great player, though. He'd beat me, you know, 0-0. I might hold serve one time. Slice body, serve and volley. What's he going to do, you know? No, I'm just playing. But Arsenal with the tough draw could have expanded their lead. Covered the ATP, covered WTA, covered the matches yesterday. There's definitely some matches that I wanted to talk about yesterday that I forgot about, but, you know, the Wright Brothers gave me this hat, but I can't remember everything that goes in this head. So, episode 5, I think it is now, of Spulture in the morning. We're gonna end this episode doing something fun. You guys are gonna think this is fun. I mean, this is so fun, man. Wow. All right. So we're up to 20. We're up, dude. We're making moves. We're up from 7 subscribers to 25 subscribers. Trying to figure out how I can. I'm not a YouTube guy, as you guys can tell, but I want to see how I can. I need to shout out my 25 subscribers. You ready? All right. We got Carlo Alviar. What a legend. We got Marky G Harmony, all the way from Indonesia. We got Hank Presley, all the way from Allisonville. We got Will Hutchinson, all the way from Greencastle. New subscriber. Literally, it doesn't say his name. It just says the next Fed from all the way at North Point, Padel. We got Rowan 12. We got Sam Rudovsky. We got Chester Cheesy Wickwire. We got Chris Bertolini. What's up, brother? Should have gotten you for the Survivor thing, dude. Me and your brother both went down first round. I think I might have a yay. Like literally it says yay. Yow.e, but then it says yay. I don't think they subscribed, but they commented. So shout out to Yay. Send that to Kim K. But so shout out to my subscribers. There are 25 of them. I don't know how to find them all. If I missed you, let me know. I owe you a shout out. I think Will Drumright's tuned in. So yeah, shout out to everybody. Have a good Sunday. Enjoy Martin Luther King Day tomorrow night, and see you all another time.